Something going on today?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, given Richie's history and what you guys are trying to build here, how does he fit in?
3 years in a row, he's a Pro Bowler in Buffalo, 15, 16, 17. I think whenever he's been focused on activity solely on the field, he's been fine. And we've done a 1 year prove it deal with him, and prove it means both on and off the field. Okay, there's some expectations he's got to meet in both areas. He turns 36 in July. We think he's going to be a good football player and allow himself to compete for the left guard job. And just as importantly, he's got to prove it off the field.
What assurances did you get from him or his agent ahead of time that he would be able to prove on this?
That he would be able
to prove himself on and off the field?
Well, we've done a lot of homework on him. Okay, I've known some of the line coaches he's played for, several of his stops. I've called several people around the league. I feel comfortable that he's going to compete on the field, and I feel comfortable that he wants to compete off the field, and we're going to provide the infrastructure for him. So at the end of the day, I think it's a two-way street. We got to help him help himself.
Were there concerns of him being suspended?
Yeah, and the last couple of weeks he came in and worked out, as you guys all know, a couple of weeks ago. He did a great job at the workout. We've talked to the NFL. We've stayed in touch with them, and there's a chance there could be league discipline. Don't know what it'll be, but again, it's a 1 year minimum prove-it deal, and we feel that he's incented properly to stay straight, and we can't control what the NFL will do.
What did you take from his workout a couple weeks back? Given that he didn't play in the league last year, what did you see from him physically?
Yeah, I mean, he was coming off a great 17, didn't play in 18, so I didn't know what to expect. And I'll tell you quite honestly, we had about 10 people watch him work out. And he started with 2 circuits with Tom Cable. And usually you go with the circuit and then you go into position drills. He got done 2 circuits, and Tom Cable said, that's all I need to see. And John Gruden and I said, that's all we need to see. He was in great shape. He looks like he's 5 to 10 years younger than he really is. Wonderful shape. He still has his quickness. He still has his foot speed. At the end of the day, we won't know really the training camp what we have, and he's gonna have an opportunity to compete.
Like you and John talked a lot about character.
Yep.
You guys with character. Is there a concern at all bringing in a guy with his history?
It's a fair question. You know, I've talked a lot about foundation. John and I both talk a lot about foundation. I think we reinforce that with our draft, and I think at the end of the day, you can't have all Boy Scouts. And what you have to do is you have to do your homework on each individual case, and we've done our homework. We've talked to an awful lot of people. We brought him in. We talked to Richie. We told Richie what we'd expect both on and off the field, and we expect him to adhere to that. And we're going to meet with our player engagement people after practice. We've got our clinician coming in tomorrow, and I'm not going to go into any more of that other than to say the infrastructure will be here for him to use.
Was there a difference between a guy with a proven track record in the NFL who may be here for a year or two and that's it, as opposed to a guy you're going to draft and build with?
Well, yeah, I mean, let's be honest. He's going to turn 36 in July. He plays a position that right now we would like to have some competition at. So we feel like it's a win-win for both sides.
I think this will be good for Colton, just having him.
Well, the bottom line is we want Colton to have somebody next to him that he feels comfortable with. I don't know how the competition's going to play out. We still have Denzel Good, who we believe in and played well at the end of last year.
What's the importance of just mental health as it relates to Richie and the team, working stride for stride just to make sure he's on the right program to take care of himself as a person first and foremost?
Like I said a moment ago, we've got a plan. He's going to stay to that plan. He agreed a couple of weeks ago. We talked about the infrastructure he would need. He was quite honest with me. We had a one-on-one meeting with the door closed where I asked him specifically what he would need, not only to be a good football player, but to be a really good human being. And we went through a lot more of that than we did the football. And we're going to meet after practice again. We're going to go through all that. As I mentioned, tomorrow he's going to meet with our clinician, and we're going to do our best to help him off the field.
When Vontae's signed, Mike, you had mentioned that Paul was pounding the table for him.
Yeah.
John said he was pounding the table for Richie.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
And I mentioned earlier, whenever you have a case like this, I think it's important to have the conversation in the building. And, you know, Paul Gunther jumped up on the table because of his relationship with Vontae, and we all respected that. Paul took ownership of that, and and took ownership of the responsibility of Montez both on and off the field. We've talked a lot about Richie, and we're all going to take ownership with Richie. And I think this is a situation where John and I both agree that with a guy this age on a 1-year prove-it deal, we're all in.